I'm here with Dr. Mike Haywood, founder and growth director of Livehire. Mike, thanks for your time.
Thanks, David.
Can you tell us a little bit about the business?
Yeah, sure. Livehire is a software as a service business. We play in the large corporate enterprise space, and essentially we build talent communities for big brands, which are like reserve armies of talent, where they draw from and hire 100% of their hires on demand, as opposed to advertising and going through the normal reactive recruitment process, which typically takes about 68 days on average, $6,000 on average to hire. We've flipped that in terms of having a reserve pools of people on demand, which cuts down all that time to hire and cost to hire.
And how have you been able to grow your enterprise relationships?
I'd say really with a really strong focus on the candidate. A lot of HR technology focuses on the company or focuses on the recruiter, but ultimately the candidate is a consumer. And when you look at any really disruptive technologies, it's focusing on what does the consumer currently really dislike about the current process, and how do you just flip that? And the best example, I guess, is Uber. Compared to the taxi process for a consumer, the car, like with a taxi, the cars are dirty. You have to pay with cash at the end of the ride, and you don't have a very good experience in the process. So you just flip that. You have clean cars. You talk to a human. You pay with credit card, and they'll give you a bottle of water. So it's really focusing on the consumer. In the employment space, what do they find unenjoyable about the current process? Well, they need to apply to lots and lots of different jobs. They never speak to a human being. They only speak to an automated robot or a machine, and they get rejected over and over again. So you just flip that. So there's no applying, no rejection, and you talk to a human instead of a robot. That's what we do.
What are some of the recent milestones the company's been able to achieve?
So the company's, I guess, came out of its creation phase probably about 18 months ago now, and it's been accelerating ever since. We've been through 4 private funding rounds. We've been listed for about 4 months now. But when you look historically back, we've been growing exponentially in our key metrics for about 8 quarters in a row, and we continue to do that exponential growth quarter after quarter after quarter. Our key metric is talent community connections. So every time a person or a candidate joins a community of a brand that they'd like to work for, that generates a private connection to that company that they can communicate with. They can join lots of different talent communities privately of the different brands they'd like to register their interest with, and that sets up multiple connections per profile. So we measure total talent community connections across the ecosystem, and that continues to grow exponentially month on month, quarter on quarter, and that's what we monetize. So we charge companies a hosting fee to host their community in the cloud, and we charge 50 cents per profile on their community per month. So one person with one Livehire profile sitting on one community generates a revenue for Livehire of 50 cents a month, or $6 per year. As soon as they join a second community, that's $12 per year, and then 18, and then 24, and then 30, 36, and so on. So the annual revenue per user is incredibly important in a software as a service product, and to monitor how that ARPU continues to grow and compound as a technology or ecosystem starts to become more pervasive. So really, I guess the things to look out for with us and any good tech business is what is that monthly and quarter on quarter exponential growth? Are they continuing to sustain that? What is the trajectory? Where can they go to? So in Livehire's case, there's 5 billion people that work, and that none of them like the current recruitment process. And so 5 billion people sitting across how many talent communities at 50 cents per month, that is the world that Livehire plays in. So you've got to look as an investor, what is the trajectory over the last 8 quarters heading up? Where is that heading? And at what point is that traction going to become critical mass and norm, and there's no kind of stopping the snowball? The second thing really to look for is usage and adoption of the platform. So it's good to have a lot of user growth and talent community connection growth, but are clients using the technology day in and out for their whole day, and does it become their life? Are they using it to communicate with all the people on the platform? How is the communications growing? How many video interviews are going across the platform? It's lifting the lid on technology beyond just the growth metrics to look at the usage and adoption as well, and a savvy investor will couple that exponential growth with usage and adoption to really understand that this technology is pervasive and growing to become that sort of monopolistic ecosystem like Uber and Airbnb.
You're a founder of the business. Why do you love it?
I love it because it's connecting humans and it's humanising processes. I'm a huge fan of technologies that humanise processes. So I'm a big user of Airbnb, I'm a huge user of Uber. For me, I think technology has the ability to really enhance people's lives. I don't believe good technology automates processes. I think they humanise processes, and I think technology has the ability to grow markets and grow employment. So again, to use Uber as an analogy, in San Francisco, there's 3 times the revenue of the entire taxi industry. So being able to connect humans better has actually grown marketplaces, and it'll be interesting to look in the future if they move to automated cars. I don't actually believe that'll shrink the market, because at the end of the day, people like to deal with humans. So that's what gets me excited, and for us, everybody deserves to live a career they love. I think workforce participation is incredibly low at 67%. Utilisation of the workforce is incredibly low. And so this is something that we can solve for. Everybody needs a job to feel important, to feel like they have meaning. And so for me, being able to impact billions of people in that way is what excites me.
Mike, thanks for your time.
Thank you.